Fabulous. So here we are for the Mindful Monday meditation. I finally got to the place where that almost trips off the tongue. And we obviously Monday we have a set format. The idea is it's just a nice regular meditation session for everyone. We start with the basic meditation, just some guided meditation to relax us into it, put the day behind. Then we're going to, I was debating starting some kind of different mantra things in the middle bit, but actually there's three or four different breathwork techniques I really want to get covered before we move on to a different middle section. So I'm going to teach you one of those today, which is quite an interesting one. It's easy, but it takes a little bit of a what's the word? A bit of a mind flip to get it. But once you do, it's great. And then we'll finish with our loving kindness meditation. Just in case someone's watching this and they haven't joined in before, there's nothing we're not doing that you've not always been able to do all your life. That is breathe, focus, and relax. No one ever had to teach you to do those three things. You've always been able to do it. It just develops as part of who you are. So we're just going to bring it together. And to get the most of it, just follow the instructions the best you can. Sometimes we're just breathing, sometimes we're guiding, just whatever it becomes. So let's get going. Let's begin. Have a stretch, have a fidget, get comfortable. And we'll start, as we always do, by taking three deep breaths together. And it's entirely up to you when you choose to close your eyes, focus within, and relax. You may choose to do that on the first breath to get the most out of today's session. You may choose the second breath to do it to get the most out of today's session, or you might choose the third to get the most out of today's session. Whichever breath you choose to close your eyes on, just follow the instructions after that. So, sitting comfortable, let's begin. Let's take a deep breath in together and out. Deep breath in, out. Final deep breath in and out. And as you breathe out, just allow your eyes to close if they've not done so already. And there's nothing to do. Just relax. The more you relax, the better you can feel. The better you feel, the more you can relax now and throughout this session. This session is time for you. So tell yourself, I am going to relax. I'm going to meditate. Outside noises will not distract me. Everyday thoughts will not disturb me. They all just help me go deeper into this tonight. Just return to your natural breath, that natural rhythm and tide. And I want you to just gently extend the breath. So you're not forcing a deep breath, but just taking nice, steady, slow, comfortable, deep breaths. And as you're sat or lying there, breathing, listening to my voice, I want you to become aware of the way that the light plays upon your eyelids, the colors that you see with your eyes closed, the shapes, the patterns. Notice how they gently shift and move. And if you try to pin one of those patterns or one of those shapes down, how it moves again and shifts again, becoming something else. And you can keep trying to pin those colors and shapes down. a little bit like the flickering of a candle flame that never quite holds the same shape. And as you're thinking of that candle flame and chasing the colors on your eyelids, breathing and listening to my voice, you can relax. Start to allow the body to soften, to let go. We're just going to gently scan through the body, starting with the feet. Just scan your awareness through your feet. And any tensions, any discomfort, just soften that and let it go. Moving up through the ankles. Being aware of any tension, and if you feel any, just breathe into it. And as you breathe out, just let that tension go. Just soften that area. Moving up through the shins and the calves. To the knees. Softening and relaxing. Moving up from the knees through to the hips, base of the spine. Again, just breathing into any tension, any discomfort. And as you breathe into that, you can discover just how much you can let go of that now. And continue to relax. Up through the stomach and the lower back. Breathing out any tensions, softening the muscles. Through the upper back and chest, to the shoulders. Just imagine what they'd be like when they're loose, limp, and heavy now. Any tension as you scan through the body, just breathe into it. Soften and relax. Down through the arms, the elbows, the wrists, tips of the fingers, loose and limp, like a rag doll. Softening, releasing. Up through the muscles of the neck, to the jaw, up through the muscles of the face, around the back of the head, softening and relaxing. Releasing any tension with each out breath. And I wonder, as you take some time now to scan back through the body and release any tension that you discover, just how deeply you can relax every time you let go and soften that tension. Just take some time, scan the body, and anywhere that you find any discomfort, any tension, just spend a bit of time just breathing into that, softening, letting go, and relax. And if life's been a bit hectic, a bit challenging, just imagine any stresses and pressures of that leaving the body on the breath. Each out breath, letting go now. Just a little while longer. Allow yourself to relax to the point where even the effort of thinking can seem like too much. It's easier just to not think and enjoy that sense of relaxation. That's right. And so when you're ready now to really make the most of tonight's session, to feel a sense of deep peace by the end of it and relaxed, ready for the rest of the week. When you're ready to feel that now, just begin to return back, coming back at just at the time and pace you need to get the most from the session, to feel centered and still. And when you're ready and you're fully back, just open your eyes and be here now. Just give me a little nod or a wave just to let me know that you're back. There we go. There we go. Wonderful. Fabulous. There's Linda moving. Deborah's clapping, so we know we're all back. Good, good. So at the beginning, I said I've got an interesting breathwork technique for you today, and it is easy. And I say that of every one of them, because if I tell you it's easy, you're more likely to give it a go and practice it. If I say, oh, this is a tricky one, I don't know if you're going to do it, I mean, it puts you off straight away, doesn't it, really? So this one is easy. And when I first discovered it, I actually found it kind of amusing because it's a little bit of mental juggling that goes on with it. And one of the things when we do regular meditation practice, when we enter into that stillness, that happens is we can start to peel back the layers of the proverbial onion skin to kind of see more about who we are and what we're about. And part of that process is the dissolving of the idea that you are this body, because the idea that this is me, this body is me, restricts my understanding of who I am, because I am more than just my body. And so this technique is sometimes referred to as Krishna's Kriya Yoga, otherwise known as de-reflective breathing, which sounds quite kind of procedural, actually. I think I prefer the Krishna's Kriya Yoga, or we just call it Krishna's breathing. And it's actually a very old meditation and breathwork technique that, I say relatively recently, in its history, relatively recently, has only fairly recently been passed on to people other than those kind of hardcore devotees that were seen to be deserving of. I'll talk you through it. I'll explain it, and then we'll give it a go. First of all, I'll break it into its two parts because then we do these two things together. The basic breath technique is breathing, just like we started off with that nice, just gentle, slightly deeper, slow, deep breathing. So you're breathing in and you're breathing out. Told you this was easy. The twist is, and I love this, I think it's quite fun. The twist is that as you inhale, you've mentally got to imagine you're exhaling. And then you can see what's coming. As you exhale, you mentally imagine that you're inhaling. Now that's part one. Into that, we add that when you're exhaling, you imagine as you're breathing in light. So, and it does, once you get the flow of it, it's easy, but it just takes a few moments. Like, I used to play Baron, I probably still could, but and most of the rhythms I could cope with except for slip jigs. And that's like it's a 12/8 rhythm, which is a really weird rhythm, and it would take me like a longer to get into and find the flow and the feel of it. Once I did, it was great, and in a way, this reminds me of that. It takes a little bit to get that adjustment. So what we're going to be doing is as we exhale, we're mentally inhaling and breathing in light, and then as we what was that? Exhale. That's it. As we inhale, we're mentally breathing out and exhaling that light. So it's kind of simple, but you can see what I mean about a little bit of juggling on the thought to start off with. But you'll do this; you'll find it great. And this breath work technique, this meditation technique, is quite lovely once you get into it, and it dissolves that boundary of just identifying yourself as being, the image in the mirror. Starts to break that down. And what happens when the more we break down that idea, we expand our sense of connection with everything else as well. So it's a really lovely technique to work with. Are you ready? Fabulous. I have to think to just explain and get this one started. So let's sit comfortably or lie comfortably. And we'll close our eyes. Just take a few moments first of all just to settle. And I'll only prompt it a couple of times, then I'll let you find your own rhythm with this one because I think there's enough going on that you don't need me calling it out. Because if I call it out of rhythm with you, you'll be like, oh. So first of all, just let's set your in and out breath. So slightly deeper than normal, but not forced, just comfortable, just in and out breath, and just follow that breath, that journey of the breath. All focus is on the breath. And we'll start just on the in breath. So on the in breath, as you're breathing in, mentally imagine that you're breathing out and that you're breathing out light. Just on the in breath to start with. Once you've got a bit of a feel for that, introduce the opposite. So now you're inhaling, but mentally breathing out and breathing out light. But then as you exhale, you're mentally inhaling and breathing in light. And just continue on. Just a little while longer. That's right. And when you're ready to return back now, just slip into a normal breathing rhythm. Just allow yourself to return. And when you're back, just open your eyes. Give me a wave, let me know you're back. There's Sally, one wave in. There's movement from Linda. There we go. We'll move into, thank you for sharing on that, by the way. I was intrigued to see how people found that one. Let's move into our loving kindness, our meditation for today. And obviously, those of you that that have done this before will know why we do it. But for those that might be watching this the first time, we do the loving kindness meditation at the end of every session because it helps us develop compassion, compassion for others. That's not to say that that's not already there, but also compassion for ourselves. Um, and that's sometimes the trickier element of this. But I'll guide us through it, and let's begin. So have a fidget, get comfortable. We're going to begin this one. We'll take in a moment a deep breath in, and because we've already done 2 lots of meditation really now, so we're already feeling kind of more like. So we'll go in on this. So we'll take a nice deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just close your eyes, ready for this one, just in the time that you need to take. So breathing in, hold it, and then just breathing out and allowing the eyes to close. Just follow your breath for a few moments. I want you to imagine, picture yourself, think about it, however you do that, yourself walking along an old trackway. And it follows the edge of a woodland, of a forest. And there's a hedge around the forest on the edge of the woodland. Just be there, see the things you see, hear the things you hear. Get a sense for that. Each step relaxing you. And up ahead, you notice a gap in the hedge, an entranceway into the forest. And just on the other side is a stream with a small little wooden bridge over it. Just step up onto the bridge. See the stream, the bridge, the sounds of the water guggling and gurgling away. And you notice just a little stick, a small little bit of a tree that's fallen off. by the side of you and picking it up. I want you to place into that stick, however you see that happening, however you sense that happening, any worries, any stresses and concerns that you may have been carrying. Just imagine they flow out of you into that stick. And as the last of those worries and stresses flow into that stick, drop it off the bridge into the water and watch as the water carries it downstream, further and further away. As it gets smaller and drifts into the distance, so small now, you cannot see it. Just letting go. And so you continue across the bridge into the forest, walking along that forest path, see the things you see, hear the things you hear. Until up ahead you notice a clearing. And I wonder, is the clearing illuminated by the light of the sun? Or is it the light of the moon that illuminates that space, that will allow you to give out and share loving kindness? Whichever it is, enter that clearing now. And from within that clearing, close your eyes again on the inner levels. And I want you to think about love, unconditional love, kind of love like the sun gives its light to the earth, regardless of who we are, where we are, what we've done. The light treats us all equally. It gives freely. Just imagine that love, unconditional, giving, kind, loving, compassionate. And as you become aware of that love, I want you to notice where you feel that within your body. Might be a foot, toe, a hand, the heart, in the mind. There is no right or wrong place as you begin to notice that sense of unconditional love now. And give that feeling a color. And allow that color to begin to spin and flow within you, filling your body with that love and kindness. And opening your eyes in that clearing, you noticed standing before you somebody or a group of people who mean the world to you, who you love deeply. And I don't know how it is that you will send that love and that kindness to them now. But however you do that, as you gaze upon them, allow that love and kindness to flow from you to them. They smile and nod their head in appreciation. And you close your eyes in that clearing again, allowing that loving kindness to flow and spin within you. And opening your eyes in that clearing, you see before you an acquaintance, somebody you kind of know, someone who can begin now to send that loving kindness to. However you do that, sending that loving kindness from you to them in silence. That's right. And again, you see them nod in gratitude. And you close your eyes in that clearing, allowing that loving kindness to spin and flow within you. And this time, as you open your eyes, there's somebody there that just represents all strangers, all those friends you haven't got to know yet. And again, you gazing upon them, send that loving kindness out from yourself. However you do that, even if it's just knowing that it's leaving you and going to them. Allowing it to flow from you to them. They nod their head in gratitude. And you close your eyes in the clearing again, allowing that loving kindness to spin and flow within you. Opening your eyes, this time in the clearing, you notice somebody who's crossed you, somebody who's upset you or hurt you in the past. And however it is that you send them that loving kindness now, allow that to happen. Allow it to flow. That's right. They nod in gratitude, and you close your eyes in the clearing once again, allowing that loving kindness to spin and flow and grow within you. And you open your eyes one last time in the clearing. And there before you, you see yourself, but an aspect of yourself that maybe you've struggled with in the past. An aspect of yourself that maybe you've not liked so much in the past. And however you do this now, you send that loving kindness out from you to the other you, flowing from you to the other you, filling them with that loving kindness. As that flows out, reaching out, you extend your arms and you embrace that other aspect of you. Embrace that loving kindness and pull that you into you, bringing back another bit of wholeness, togetherness, bringing that love and kindness deep into you. And just spend a moment just bathed in that loving kindness, spinning and flowing within you, for you. And allowing your awareness of that loving kindness to slowly fade, knowing that it's yours. It always has been, carried within you. You return from the clearing back through the forest path, over the bridge, over the stream, and out onto the track that runs along the side of the forest. Returning back along that track, each footstep will bring you closer back to everyday awareness, back to here and now. And I wonder how many footsteps you will take to be fully here, fully now, centered, grounded and at peace, ready to embrace the rest of the week. As you return, and you will return now, feeling that peace and that centeredness. When you're ready, you can be back here, be back now, eyes open, feeling good. Ready to embrace all that the week brings, all its blessings and all its promise, waiting there for you to discover them now. That's right. And when you're fully back, Back here, back now, feeling calm, centered, relaxed. You can open your eyes, have a stretch, have a fidget, get away with your toes, your fingers, give them all a wiggle and a stretch. Back here, back now. And then just give me a wave. Let me know when you're back here. There we go. Everyone back. All the way back.